Last time on Polymorph Self, our heroes had arrived at a new city, Port Valor, the sprawling walled port, capital of the realm of the Merchant Kings. But, while dining with their host, Albert Greenstone, assassins entered the house and Bjorn was stabbed and poisoned. A fight ensued. After much hijinks, the party prevailed. Hjani tried to capture an assassin, but he bit down on a suicide pill and died. Back in the house, unsure which bottle was anti-venom and which was menthol balm, Bjorn downed both. Minty. Back in the kitchen, Albert saw his dead chef and wondered if this wasn't an attack by a jealous food lover. Next, the team played about in Bjorn's bedroom, trashing the room and comparing bondage kits. However, a shirtless Bjorn deciphered a note from the assassin's clothing and discovered a location in the city called Anvil. Breakfast followed in the morning, and the party decided to first hit up the banking district and stash all the treasure from the last adventure.
When do you get any work done?
Well, sometimes, You are an elf, aren't you, Miss? What's your name?
Oh, what gave it away?
Yeah,
was it the big ears?
The pale skin, the elven ears, the flowing dark hair,
Yeah. Yes, I'm an elf.
Yes, I know where you come from. You don't get breaks, so but that's the thing. Anyway,
right.
Welcome to the
character.
bank. Welcome to the bank. All
right.
Come on in.
So, okay, I take my stuff into the bank.
Yeah, I have so much stuff to give.
I don't know how much this will stay in the pod exactly, but let's try to just quickly get a piece of paper somewhere and total up all of the treasure in art items, jewels, and gems that you have. Just very quickly and efficiently write it into, declare it out into the mic, write it onto a list, we'll total it, and we'll just see how much you do actually have to deposit. And then Philippe will tell you how much sort of credit and pull that will give you in the city. Mm-hmm. Because this is a merchant bank and a free bazaar and a trading city. Whatever you put in will translate into a much greater value as a line of credit.
I'm very trusting and dumb, and so I didn't write any of the treasure down because I trusted Bjorn and the others to look after mine for me.
Don't forget, the rule of the game is if I don't see it written on your sheet, it's lost or didn't exist.
Well, no, because I just assumed that those guys would write down the treasures and split it fairly.
I have 2,100 gold written down.
Yeah, every time you declare something and Bjorn writes it on there, you have to delete it, you have to erase it from your character sheet, because that sheet of paper becomes the bank, essentially.
Okay, cool.
So state everything out, and then we'll read the list and make sure it's all declared. I think this is of interest to long-time listeners as well, just how much of this stuff did you amass?
Well, we have 7,631 silver pieces, 500 gold pieces.
Yeah, these are all the things on your sheet, right?
Add that to 2,100 gold pieces. Oh. Mm-hmm. So 2,600 gold.
What a drag.
80 pieces of platinum, and that's 10 gold pieces per piece.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
It's 800 gold pieces.
Yeah, plus 800 gold pieces.
Yeah. Keep it individually listed for now, and then we can just total it. And as long as you transfer it off the sheets onto this paper, then it's in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
This is fascinating listening.
I'm actually enjoying going through this right now.
I think it's a legitimate thing to just take a stock for a second and see how much of this stuff you can, because a lot of it had to be left behind logistically.
Yeah.
I have 2 black pearls, which are 500 each.
What happened to the tapestries?
I used them at some point. Oh, I made the flag for our ship.
They got a lot of use, all the tapestries, actually.
Mm-hmm. 2 black pearls, 500.
Yeah, you should have kept that silk curtain.
By the way, the DM has a question for Bjorn. Are you, during the regular daytime in this new city, will you be sporting your jade eye patch?
Yeah, I'm always going to be wearing that.
Okay. So for listeners just joining for this new arc...
In fact, that's a stupid question, Andy.
Sorry. For listeners just joining on this arc, that's a fine leather eye patch with a crafted sort of mock eye of jade in the center of it. Mm-hmm, and it's very fetching.
Jesus Christ, another 1,000 fucking gold pieces.
What was that? Just the coins?
It's just like odds and ends here.
I
guess some of this has been brought from the house by another carriage in trunks, because it was offloaded from the ship for sure.
Good God.
I have a silver feather that's worth 50 gold pieces.
Where did that come from?
Also, I like how this is our odds and ends, thousands of gold pieces.
Yeah.
That's
let me empty out my pockets.
Sorry, you said that's 50 gold pieces?
Yeah. That's, worth 50 gold pieces.
All right, I have a masterwork battle axe.
I have 2 pieces of amber. I don't have no idea how much that's worth.
You didn't write down the value?
No.
Then it's nothing.
That's going to be... that's mid... Oh, I don't have the Dungeon Master's Guide with me, but I'm going to say 200 gold pieces each.
Okay, and then I also have 9 pieces of amethyst.
Worth.
No idea.
Sorry, how much did you say the amber was?
200 each?
Wait, you didn't write down the value?
No.
Well, just write them down without a value, and I guess the bank is going to rip you off happily.
And that was 2 amethyst.
Yep, 9 amethysts. Yeah, they can rip me off.
They are. They're going to say, they're worth 50 gold pieces each.
9 amethyst. Okay.
I give them a look. Can I intimidate them?
I could just actually do a quick appraise, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, let's get this list done. Every time you declare something, erase it, like we said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the silver feather. I gotta erase that too.
Yeah, I've got to erase everything off my sheets.
All right, I'm gonna keep my silvers and my coppers because...
You got to keep some cash.
Yeah.
Some walking around money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
Seyda, you wrote absolutely nothing down.
No, because I just every time we found big hoards of treasure, like I've got my items that I wanted, but every time we found loads of treasure, I just like.
Is that really all of the art and gems that you got, right?
Oh, I have 2 amber pieces too.
How much
I think
are they
we were
worth?
all given amber pieces.
It just says 2 amber pieces. Didn't write it down.
But we said 200 per.
I should be strict and say if you didn't write down the value, they're now valueless, I guess. But they'll give you a value on them.
Oh, I have the 9 amethyst. 100 gold pieces per
Each.
piece. Yeah. So, yeah, if I
sorry.
wrote down 9 amethyst, then we doubled up.
Yeah, okay, so...
That's fine.
Delete.
I have a beautiful headscarf, which I'm keeping.
You know, when your chemo starts, that'll come in handy.
Ouch!
Jesus.
You just made 5% of listeners cry or something like that.
And me.
Hey, it happens.
You've been mean. Very mean to me today.
Come on, Tom.
I've got 271 gold pieces just on me.
Do you want to bank any of that?
I'll put
'Cause that's a
200
lot.
in.
200.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. They didn't write anything else on other pieces of paper or anything like that.
No.
It's funny. Just looking at
Oh,
for the
can you
listeners,
write
I'm
down
looking
silver
at.
stiletto with ruby.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. Just for the listener, I'm looking over the screen at Bjorn's character sheet as he's erasing stuff, and he's like turning it around,
Yeah,
looking at a
like-
piece of writing on the side, and just like finding thousands of gold pieces
Yeah.
worth of treasure, just sort of lying around
That's
on the character sheet.
Silver stiletto with ruby.
Yeah.
1,500 gold pieces.
Behind the couch.
You just found it, yeah.
Just behind it. I just kind of shake my little butt and it falls down to the floor. So, I didn't know that I had that.
Yeah. Okay, got it. And I
that's
also
it from
kicked the
me.
table. Okay.
I got my 2 dragon eggs.
Oh, you still have them, right?
Yep.
Should we put the Onas ball in the
Wait,
bank?
isn't one a dragon egg and one is the Onas ball? Do you
Oh,
want to
that's
bank
right.
the Onas ball?
No, I'm gonna keep them. I'll just keep them on my person.
Keep it. Or keep him, yeah, sure.
I've already
Must
drawn
have
a
gone
little
bad
cute
by
little
now.
Onas face on it, so I feel like...
Okay, you got to keep it on you now.
Yeah,
or you'll
I
feel sad.
talked to it, yeah.
Oh, I've got that staff of healing, but it's only got cure blindness now.
Okay, and does it have any cure poison charges? I seem to remember using that actually.
Yeah,
right?
I
The
use
cure
that.
poison.
Yeah,
for
I
some
think
reason.
it's just blindness now.
So it just would have amused me if you just suddenly looked down and said, "Oh, I had a cure poison
Damn it.
thing."
Okay,
Okay,
you
so,
call them staff of healing. I call them doctors and nurses.
okay, I've got the list. The list is secured.
Too much stuff. I feel so much lighter.
At the end of a 4-hour session in the morning of you just sort of hanging out the front of the bank, kicking your heels, occasionally going in to check, Philippe Zan finally comes out of the vaults of his staff. And he says, okay, we have inventoried and checked in all of these riches. And whilst this is hard gold, hard diamonds, hard capital, we can extend you a line of credit based on what we can do with this capital in our bank and our trading and what we can get from it. We can extend you a line of credit up to 350 times the value of your hard gold. So we are going to give you each a letter of credit, our platinum letter of credit with our personal stamps on. You only get one, don't lose it. Do you want a daily allowance or a total amount on this credit line?
We're never going to spend it anyway, so just give us the daily.
Well, I'll give you monthly, okay?
Okay.
So
Just give us the total amount so we don't have to just add it up every day in game.
yeah,
right?
but I'm just doing it for the sake of giving you an idea. You're not going to have to keep track of this, by the way. And keep
Give
in
Seyda an idea.
mind, an average working class person in the city would not make 1 gold piece a day. You know, they'd have to save to get gold pieces. It's only adventurers and rich people who get solid gold, considering you've just banked thousands and thousands of them. Basically, you could spend up to 100,000 gold pieces a month, and the bank would be good for it for up to 5 years. They're happy they could use your money to back that up easily. In fact, he's grinning ear to ear now. He's broken his thing. He's like, yeah, this is great. Thank you very much for. I'm Philippe Zan. This is the Zan Merchant Bank. It's my father's bank actually, but now I run it with some partners. Thank you very much for investing. This is going to make us all very rich. You've got that line of credit. If you'd like us to set you up with a house in the city or retainers or status, anything you like, let me know. But you've all got that letter now. You can have property. You could even afford an estate outside the city walls, a keep, some lands, some horses.
Ponies.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we have lots of high-quality, highly bred ponies available.
Sweet pones.
In fact, Seyda, especially for Seyda, while DM again looks for something he should have had ready, what are you guys chatting about after receiving these letters?
Let's go buy some wigs.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy a dress. I've never worn a dress before in my life.
I buy dress.
Yeah.
Wigs and dresses.
wigs.
Just think,
Dresses?
a dress, Seyda, a dress is like curtains you wear from your hips.
Oh.
Right? Maybe you could swing on your own dress.
If you ever are interested in going outside the walls to the pony and horse pastures to choose them, it's between two towns, actually called Chilwell and Knowsley.
Chilwell and Knowsley.
We don't have any ponies in Chilwell and Knowsley. Okay.
You do in this universe, Seyda.
Why are
That
we
was
not
a-
at the pony farms?
That was a Liverpool real-life in-joke. Anyway, but they are the actual names of the towns on the sprawl
They are.
map here.
I confirm
yes.
it. But seriously, why are we not at the pony farm?
You're also just over from the Elven district on the main thoroughfare, and there's the bazaar.
Wait, why do we want to go to the Elven District? We know what our mission is. Hold off on the pones.
Yeah.
We've got so much money to spend, and I assume we get like an interest on keeping our money with the Zans.
Yeah, that line of credit goes like 5 years, and if you don't use every penny of it, it will you're made in this. As long as you're in this city, you're made, or unless the bank gets robbed or you get murdered or something unforeseen happens. But you're sitting pretty right
Lizard
now.
people.
Yeah.
Can you forget it?
Is there lizard insurance?
Okay, so your money is stashed. You've got your lightweight letters of credit to use in the realm of the Merchant Kings. Good in any major city, and you're free to do what you wish now.
Should we make our way to Anvil, or do you guys need to shop for stuff?
Kind of want to go to the bazaar.
Should we do a montage where I'm waiting for you guys and you guys keep walking out?
Like you're not going to be buying
You
things.
guys keep walking out of the changing room and like you have on a different thing and I like shake my head yes
Keep
or no,
describing it. I'll cut
if I
music
like
in and
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, girls
And I do
just
a
want to
little
have
twirl.
fun.
Yeah.
Let me hear it as commands. I sit in the shop. I walk out. I do a twirl. I love that twirl. Make comments. Let's go. Go.
I find the biggest hat in the hat shop. I put it on.
I find novelty glasses and I put them on.
I give an approving nod to Seyda. I give a good chuckle to Hjani.
Now I go to a fancy dress store and I find the fanciest dress I can find. But I am a little bit buff, so it kind of looks... It's not ready for me.
It does look strange, but
I do one of those looks where I look down and I kind of go, eh.
girl, you need that thing poofier. It'll hide your massive shoulders.
I find a dress with poofier shoulders.
Looking good, sister.
I clap my hands together.
I find a silk tuxedo and one glove.
Why?
I don't know, just try a new look.
Looking good, sister.
I don't know what else to buy. I'm
Wig shop, wig shop, wig shop.
I find a fur jumpsuit.
Looking good, sister.
I'm overwhelmed by choice. You just see me looking baffled at all of the dresses.
That's the curse of living in a capitalist society, sister. I'm wearing pointy shoes and William Shakespeare pants.
Looking great, brother.
I like it.
I try on a pompadour wig. What do you think?
Not quite your look.
I take off the pompadour wig, put the pompadour wig on myself, and give you a more suitable wig.
What's a more suitable wig?
It's like a judge's wig.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
Applause. What else could I put on? I put on a sweater, and then I put a sweater on over that sweater, and then another sweater on over that sweater. So I'm triple sweatered out.
Looks cozy as fuck.
I find us 3 matching fur jumpsuits.
Okay, you all walk out wearing matching fur jumpsuits. I'm the shopkeeper. Approving nods, breaking to slow smile. People in the shop. One starts clapping. It spreads. Whole shop applauds.
We hold a pose.
Are these things armored? Can we wear these on our adventure or what?
No, I think we just have to deliver it back to Aaron Greenstone's house.
I'm the shopkeeper. I can arrange that.
Do you have any armors?
I mean, I can arrange any adjustments, and I can have everything of all those things you just tried on in all the different shops shipped for you, having seen your letters of credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
We've got fuck you money, guys.
Yeah, ship it all to the Greenstones.
I could kill a man. Nobody could do anything.
We've done that before.
Yeah, that's pretty normal for us, actually.
This money is meaningless.
Didn't you do that last night?
Yeah.
Didn't you throw a poison dagger into someone's back?
That was different.
That was in self-defense.
That was different. I want to kill men for sport.
Okay, where next, guys? I'm definitely going to cut that all in with background music from the 80s. It's going to be awesome.
Let's go to the Anvil.
Let's go to Anvil.
You progress, despite the DM's best attempts to repeatedly steer you to the Elven District. You head south to Anvil. So you know roughly where it is now. And by the way, you can purchase this map in-game from any number of stores that you see now and again. Here's the thing, this is a massive destination in the middle of a huge kingdom. There are shitloads of tourists here. No matter what the shop is, be it for wide-brimmed lovely hats, all matching jumpsuits, be it a fruit stall, be it a scribe's store, they all have that kind of thing outside the door with a rack of tourist tat on it.
Nice rack.
Just like when you go into all tourist towns. And that includes cheap 1 copper piece city maps that look not unlike this, but a bit less detailed. So
You say we can purchase the map. I also think with our line of credit, we can probably just purchase Anvil.
You might not be far off.
I was just
actually.
thinking we could purchase the Anvil district of town, put up a wall around it, and hunt the people inside. The most dangerous game, man.
Excuse me, I'm a merchant hanging outside of a store you're standing next to. I could help broker that for you for a small fee. Of course, you'd have to get an appointment with the sitting merchant king. And
No. We're going to build a wall.
No.
And you pay for it.
that could be arranged, but you'd have to go to City Hall and apply for the deed. I could help you and take a. I wouldn't take much of a cut.
We buy City Hall.
No, we're not killing people for sport.
I think that it would get old really quick for us.
I don't know. It'd be like the best dungeon crawl ever.
I say we hold onto the money and somehow find Hjani Kitu and then throw her in and then kill her for sport.
Fair.
Looking at the map, you see that to reach the to reach the district of Anvil, you'll first have to go onto the main east-west thoroughfare and cut down through the inside of the river into the university district. You do that walking past large halls with columns and young students in flowing robes and mortarboard hats holding scrolls walking around. It's quite busy, there's a little row of shops, and eventually you come to a sweeping corner of the river with 2 bridges. There is a pagoda there in the style of Cacathran architecture, but no elves around. It's full of students and they're all talking, and 2 of them appear to be arguing with a lecturer, and they're having a shouting match about something called a safe space. It seems very heated, but you walk past them and cross the second bridge over to Gauntlet Square. Immediately, everything changes. I'm getting dirty looks here. I agree with safe spaces, just for the record.
When I have my way, no place will be safe.
I'm describing characters and their opinions.
The trigger warning is literally Bjorn about to pull the trigger.
So, yeah, just for the record, and I'll probably edit this out, the DM is a nice person who thinks we should be nice to each other. Anyway, I'm just portraying characters, guys.
Go on.
I got a really dirty look just then. You cross the bridge, and now things have really changed. Just across a sort of 30-meter bridge, you've entered one of the southern districts on the southern side of the river, where it's just so packed with slum housing. These lanes are so narrow, you could just lean across and shake hands with someone as the sort of the fifth and sixth stories of these rickety buildings sort of lean in almost. So you're almost like lacking in sunlight as you enter. Occasionally you can see people are using lanterns down very...
The
Was that
slums.
so? Yeah, oh my god. The sound of people in the stairwells are all around you. You immediately stand out, of course, because of your look and equipment and everything. You're getting sort of people staring at you. The roads here are not paved. They're like puddles, and they're full of like mud puddled sort of tiny little alleyways. And you come out to Gauntlet Square in the middle, which has a few flop houses, inns, and what Bjorn recognizes immediately as gambling dens. There's nothing on the front. He just knows because he grew up in areas like this. You can just immediately spot Bjorn which ones are actual houses, which ones are fronts, because of like the way things are hung in the window. You feel at home here. You know this. And then you cross over again into the Anvil district, which is just a total maze. And there you are. Just like lanes going off left, right, and centre, choked full of people going about their business, sort of tall and rickety, the houses leaning into each other. And it's kind of dim down these alleys. And you stand at the edge of the Anvil district.
Did anybody think past this point?
No.
We should probably find some sneaky rogue way of asking people about the snake people.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at that, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
Yeah, of course. Well, why the hell not? Do I see any more gambling dens near us here now that we're in Anvil?
So you look around. What's your spot check? Oh, you know what? What do you have in knowledge? Do you have like knowledge local? Right?
I do have knowledge local, yeah.
Now, let me explain for the benefit of the listener. Knowledge local, you're not from this city. However, this is a district of the type that you grew up in. You know the signs, the signals, the codes. You're a rogue. This is the kind of place where your local knowledge and experience definitely comes into play. So what's your knowledge local skill?
My knowledge local is a +6.
You've got to make a DC 12 check to see if you can suss out, a couple of hidden places that you might be able to give a symbol for and sort of blag your way in. Go.
Okay. It's a 5 + 6 is 11.
So you do identify 2 gambling dens and a fence, as in a place where you can take goods to be sold, stolen goods. However, you can't ascertain what's the little hand signal. Like, you can't spot anyone giving a signal or a code. You know that's what they are, but you can't kind of suss out the details of the doors or the those kind of details. That's what you see. The others, of course, unaware that you've spotted these things.
Okay, guys, there are 2 gambling dens there, and there's a fence there, but I don't know how to ingratiate myself with them. Aside from using...
Money?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, wait. I stand still in the middle of the street and use my gather information skill while just staring at these places.
Well, that would involve like talking to people, but in a way which is on the lowdown.
No, I'm like just I soak in information like a sponge.
Okay, let's try that.
A beautiful mind.
In that case, DC 20.
All right, here we go. My gather information is a +5. 9 + 5 is Dolly Parton.
You sort of put your palms skyward, you close your eyes, you tilt your head back, and you just let the sights and sounds flow over you for about 2 minutes. And just imagining this as a kind of camera shot, so to speak, the whole time you've been checking the places out, trying to sort it out, doing your sort of like slum whispering. The whole time, Hjani and Seyda are just sort of standing there, eye rolling and arms folded, waiting for something to happen. And while you're doing that, not sure if you're going to succeed or fail yet, what are Hjani and Seyda saying to each other?
I'm checking the gutters for snakes.
Do you see any snakes?
Do I see any snakes?
No, you don't.
I don't see any snakes.
There aren't any snakes
No
here.
snakes.
Well, not that you can see at a quick glance.
Well, I maybe we should just check out one of these gambling dens. Well,
We could just go up and
yeah.
ask if we can go in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knock on a door.
Bjorn, you come around. You come to your senses and have learned nothing new.
I'm
Sorry,
knocking on
guys.
the door of the gambling
Somewhere
den.
in the distance, an old man coughs down one of the lanes. You knock on the door, and a shutter comes down in the middle of the wooden door and says, yes.
So this looks like it might be a fun place for me to spend money, and I've got a lot of money. Oh, I'll wait for you to finish coughing.
Yeah, please excuse me. It's very smoky in here. You're an elf, aren't you?
That I am.
Oh, excuse me. You know, the air is much worse in the slum districts of the city, not like those fancy pants civil servants up in the civic quarter.
Guys, we
Apparently.
didn't go and buy fancy pants.
Let's go back.
I have a high fortitude check, so
Now,
that had nothing to do with the fancy pants.
no offense, elf, but I have heard that elves are, a bit naive when it comes to the gambling. So show us some money and I'll let you in.
Did someone say naive? I hand him a gold piece.
Who are you?
I'm a naive human with a gold piece. Can we come in?
1 gold piece. That's a lot of cash to be carrying around in a place like this. Do you also have 1 gold piece?
No, but I got like a whole bunch of silvers.
A whole bunch?
Yeah.
Well, 10 equals 1 gold piece. If you can give me 10 silver, I'll admit you both.
Here you go.
Excellent.
Now I have 48 silvers.
Come on in. The door opens and he lets you in, and he sees Bjorn standing there. Hello?
Yeah, I want to go in too. My friends just went in. You just let them in.
Yeah, 1 gold piece, or 10 silver, or 100 copper, or 1/10 of a platinum. My math is not too good.
That's steep, but motherfucker, I'm rich. I give him a gold piece.
Please enter.
I do.
You enter. You go down some stairs into a dank basement, lit with lanterns. It is smoky and full of people coughing. There are about 20 tables down here, all with dice games going. You take in the sounds and sights of the dank basement full of smoke. People are smoking pipes, and you look around and you see several tables, humans, fishermen, a couple of well-dressed noble people down here too. A couple of tables have a little bit more on than the usual copper pieces, and there's still some tables at the back of the room, sort of in alcoves and darkness.
Bjorn, what do we do now?
Do you want to gather information the normal way here?
Yeah, let's do that. First, I gather information by just surreptitiously looking around for tails.
What's your spot check?
Spot is +6.
Spot is +6. Here's the thing. Well, I'm going to set the 12, the 15, and the 20. They're all successes, but different levels of details coming back, okay? So
Okay.
12 or above gets something back.
All right. That's 16 plus 6 is 22.
So Bjorn does his thing. He walks in amongst the tables and the smoke in this horribly unventilated, huge basement. You go between the tables, you make your little thieves' signs and handshakes, you give people meaningful eye contact, use a couple of words. Within 3 or 4 minutes, you're in. You're just in. People just think you're one of them, just another rogue in Anvil. As you walk your way to the back of the room, you notice 2 or 3 things. First of all, sitting at one of the tables, someone who looks vaguely familiar, but not really. Like, it's human, seems to be about 20 years old, but wearing like a headband and what looks like some remnants of Kikathryn Ranger armor. You're not sure. But on a second table next to them, you see that one of the people at the table of nobles, of slightly more up-class people down here, has got really something weird. Like, you're looking at him, you can't put your finger on it, and then you're like, oh, I've been looking at him for a minute, and he is just like, he's never blinked. There's something weird about that guy. He's never blinked. That's odd. So there's these 2 things you've noticed going around there. The table full of nobles has a weird guy sort of leading the table. And there's something weird about him, something off about his body language, and he's never blinking. On the other table, there's someone human, but wearing sort of Kikathryn stuff and a headband and looks vaguely familiar. But you don't recognize him immediately. And then you go back, the odd high five, the odd stare, the odd double thumbs up, the odd finger guns, and you arrive back to where they are standing.
All right, see that table full of nobles? Mm-hmm. I motion with my head. There's one guy who's not blinking. Lizards don't blink, maybe? I'm not sure. At any rate, do you guys recognize the guy at the one table over?
It's a human, right?
Who's looking?
I look.
We both look.
We both look.
Hjani, you look and you're just like, yeah,
No.
humans. All look the same to you.
It's kind of true.
Seyda looks, you can't see you, take a step into the room, and then immediately you know exactly who it is. It's, now named Ivo Ipato, the boatman's son, from Nicholas Trass's crew on the moors.
Oh, Micah. Was his name
Yes,
Micah?
that's right. His old name was Micah. He calls himself Evo now, but Micah. He looks a bit more grown up, a bit more filled out, a bit more weathered, but that's definitely him.
I shout, Micah!
Okay, you shout that across the room of everyone's rogue, but like Bjorn is just like literally doing that. His fucking face is in his hands.
Dumb.
You just shout someone's name. The first thing he does is just sort of like, look down and pretend he didn't know who you are or what. Or that. He sort of makes really obviously fake, like, oh, that can't be me. Me? No. Points at himself, shakes his head. No.
Man, our coolness cachet does not translate to this city.
Even I knew to step away from her right before she shouted.
You do. You meld into the crowds. In fact, Seyda, you are left sort of like... In fact, everyone's slick in here, so everyone melds away. You're basically standing in a wide open patch in this basement. Like, the proverbial record scratch happens. Everything goes silent. The dice stop rattling on the tables. Everyone looks at you. There's about 10 seconds, and then...
I use this opportunity to get in close to the table of nobles.
You do that, and then everyone goes about their business. And you're standing... You're part of, like, if you can imagine it, you see it in casinos, but especially in these dens. On every table of people gambling, there's always a bunch of hangers-on, just like watching, just like right on everyone's shoulders. And it's kind of like people are used to it. So you're now sort of on this guy's shoulder, watching the game, and no one's suspecting you. When everyone goes about their business, Micah gives you a little signal to you. He does this. He does a cute wave. And then he pretends to be cool again.
I do a cute wave back, and then I go towards that table.
Okay, so you're going to his table. Hjani.
I think I am going to... Well, I follow Bjorn.
So you're both standing at the table watching. Bjorn, looking at this guy again, not only does he not blink, sort of, he's wearing kind of like a hood a little bit, and just around his cheek area, poking out from the cowl, looks something green and discoloured like scales. And by the way, you look down, bulge at the back.
Ooh.
Guys, I think he shit himself. I don't... The way it
Smell
falls.
check.
Yeah. I just, right now, I'm just listening.
See what happens, okay. So they're talking and they're gambling, they're throwing the dice, and yeah. And then also, after about 5 or 10 minutes of listening and trying to pick up on stuff, it seems that him and a bunch of people have got a meeting to go to after this game.
Is there any room for me to sit down at the table to play?
There is, but if you sit down, you play.
All right, I play.
Okay, you sit down at the table. It stops for a minute. They look at you and they say, "This is not any table. This is a 5 gold piece buy-in."
Oh, wait. I think I just have that in credit.
Allow us to check your line of credit, please. And then the guy at the head of the table, the weird-looking guy who doesn't blink and has strange features, directly says to you, "Present me with your letter, and I will spot you the credit. If your credit is good, allow me to see your letter. If your credit is good in this city, you can play at this table."
All right.
You are welcome at this table. He clicks his fingers and some staff come over and they just give you some chips.
Yay.
And they say, yeah, it's up to you.
All right, let's play.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to imagine there's 100 gold pieces, goes in and out of the pot over about 20 minutes of play. Mm-hmm. We'll do some dice rolling to sort of see a couple of rounds. If you win, essentially, you're winning money and that guy's losing. Mm-hmm. Okay, for the listener, I look down towards Bjorn and his hand's on his crotch making a, jerk off motion. And actually the red clip is just up on the table again. That's the nipple clip has surfaced again. And now back to Hjani. So we're going to do opposed checks. What skill or ability do you think you have that might help you to be slick in gambling games and bluffing people?
Intimidate?
That is one of them you could use because it's a lot about poker faces and nerve as well, right? Mm-hmm. So what's your intimidate skill?
A +5.
Okay, and he has +2. So we're going to do an opposed check, right? And the winner of this round wins the first round of dice games. For the first, I'm going to say 40 gold pieces of the pot.
Oh, playing dice to win dice games.
Yes. You playing it directly is what we should say. So I roll this dice. I got a 17 +2 is 19 for the first few rounds of dice.
Okay. I got a natural 1.
You lose all your money in the first exchange.
All right.
But he says, you play okay, but you don't know how to bluff, how to intimidate, how to rule the room, how to flick the dice, how to see the odds. That's okay, your credit's good here. If you have another 100 to lose, unknown, I mean, he's seen your letter, but you have loads to lose. Right?
Yeah,
So,
why not?
would you like to go again?
Sure. Give me a reason to live.
One more time.
All right.
14 plus 2 is 16.
Yeah, now I'm doubly intimidating because I didn't even give a shit about the 100 GP. 17 plus 5. 22.
Okay, so you win 20 back and you're only down 80. Listen, it's been fun having you at this table, but everyone here are brethren, and we have an important meeting to attend shortly, so we'll be closing this table in a moment. Thank you for playing. What is your name?
Hjani.
Nice to meet you, Hjani.
What's your name, sir?
Well, let's just say it was nice to meet you, and we may see each other again.
Can't even give a fake name.
A little rude.
No.
Yeah. I don't like... these people aren't very polite. Grafft and elves have better manners, and that should be saying something.
They start to gather their stuff and their chips and their messages together, finishing their drinks and making out to leave. Usually it's a crew of about 10 people.
And I stand up and I flip a table.
You flip the table. The whole room goes quiet. Now, up until that moment, though, and during those games, Seyda was on the table with Micah. So let's just turn back a second and see how that conversation went. And Bjorn, by the way, that's just behind your back, so you'd be able to turn around and make side comments or join in if you liked also.
You might be wondering how I got here.
That's right. Seyda. Hi, I'm Micah.
Hiya, Micah.
What are you doing here? And why have you become so dumb that you shouted my real name out in the middle of a gambling den in Anvil?
I didn't know that you have a fake name now?
No, as you know, my mentor Nicholas Trask gave me the elven name Ipato Evo. You can call me Evo. My name is now Evo.
Oh yeah, that guy was awful. Why have you still got his name?
Was awful.
I assume he's still awful.
Aren't you wondering how I'm here?
Yes. How are you here? Why are you not like you last? I thought you were on the boat.
The last time you saw me was the Battle of Mission Adherent.
On a boat.
Not on a boat.
You went on the boat.
No, I was not on a boat. And we went from there on to the portal by ourselves, as that coward Hjani Kitu just sacked the town by night and then run away again, obviously avoiding a real fight face to face. So we went on and we followed the Anti-Theophanites to their portal, high in the mountains. We went through the portal and found ourselves on an island.
Oh yeah, the island.
With nobody else there.
Was it covered in dead bodies?
No.
Oh.
This was right after we met you, and DM note, way before you went there.
Ah.
Oh yeah, we stopped the Civil War in the time that...
Yeah, this was right back when you were first in the Moors.
Yeah.
They stayed out there. They never came back, that team, right? So, and then we waited, and finally we were lucky to be picked up by a small merchant trader who saw our smoke signal, and they brought us directly to this city where we've been ever since. Nicholas Trask, He's a big star here now. Yeah, he's in he practically runs the Cacatharan pub in the Elven Quarter. Oh. It's like his own place now. People worship him because there's elves here, who left Cacathra like hundreds of years ago, and then they were in the woods in the north, and then they became part of this society. They're not like you guys. You're not like Miss Hjani. They're soft,
I turn back to Bjorn. Maybe we shouldn't go to the Elven Quarter.